Hello there and welcome back. This is Peter Beckenham, the Village Marketer, and in today's video we're talking about playing the long game. The key message in this video as far as your LinkedIn messaging is concerned is to play the long game. Don't expect overnight success from your potential leads. We're not buying leads, right? We are earning the right to build relationships with leads, and we're doing it for free, but we've got to be patient. You see, it doesn't matter how targeted your search was, and I really hope you're doing targeted searches. It doesn't matter how targeted it is. People react and engage in different ways. So you've got to be in this for the long haul, okay? There's no way around that. Just get your expectations right and enjoy the process. Now, part of playing the long game means you need to be a bit organized with all the leads you're going to be accumulating as you go along. As your connections and your potential leads, as they grow and grow and grow, you need to group them in some way so you can come back to them again and again and again, because you're going to market to them again and again and again. But we're going to market to them in a non-threatening, conversational, content value way, as we mentioned in other videos, right? But to do that, you need to keep yourself on their radar. And the easiest way to keep yourself on the radar is by sharing some content in a message to them at least once a month. These are the people that you're already connected to, right? Now, a simple way to group your leads would be to use the search parameters you use to find them and connect with them in the first place. You may have used a geographical search, you may have used an occupation search, you may have used a title search, whatever it was, and that search could be a combination of title and geographic location or whatever, right? Whatever they are, you can group those people according to those particular search parameters. The key point is you need to do that. And you may be worrying, well, how in the heck am I going to do that? Well, that's what this video is all about. And so the key issue I'm giving to you here is never think of your LinkedIn connections as being a one and done. It's an ongoing process where you are building relationships, you are sharing content, and over a period of time you're going to build yourself some wonderful hot leads for your business. Now, as I mentioned earlier, people do take different amounts of time to make decisions. I mean, to be quite frank with you, I've often had people who never responded to my initial 5 or 6 messages when we first connected, and then they started engaging. Many people simply passively consume our content, and then eventually something clicks. Something caught their attention. Maybe it was one of our awesome headlines. Whatever it is, as I was messaging them at least once a month, something clicked and then away we go. They engage with you, you engage with them, and you build your relationship. So in other words, you have to cultivate and play the long game with your messaging. After your initial message connection sequence, if you get no engagement at all, let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? You need to work with all your leads over a period of time. Now that could be weeks and sometimes may even be months. And yes, of course, some will never engage, but that's the real world, right? So follow the message sequence that I shared with you in this program for all your new connections, but then also make sure you stay on the radar of all your connections, all your existing connections, at least once a month. That is a key message I'm giving you in this video. Now, to stay in front of them, of course, you need to have some sort of tracking so you know what you sent before, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. But also you need to make sure that the message you're sending to them is non-threatening and following a proven way that will make sure that people will respond to you. Now, as I mentioned to you in a previous video in the series, the video was called A Proven Profitable Message Template, right? There is a smart way to keep on top of mind with your existing leads. We use a very simple one-on-one personalized message that are always conversational, right? Now here's the message outline again, and if you're not sure, please go back and watch that actual video again. These are the 4 simple steps that constitute the message. 1, you ask a question. 2, you offer free value. 3, you always ask permission. That's the critical step. And 4, never ever pressure them. Not interested, no worries at all. Okay? It's not that difficult. It's a very simple strategy, but my goodness, it works. You can use it over and over and over again with any new content you come up with. Now, just for interest, here's a real life example of the free content. This is where I was using a free PDF, and it was called A Few Pennies of Kindness. And this gives people a glimpse of my remote Thai village and why I do what I do. And of course, as you can see, I asked permission and I removed any pressure, right? Did it work? Absolutely, it really did work. It's all part of building relationships. It's all part of ice breaking. It's all part of getting people to engage with us. So now you may be wondering, okay, Peter, but how in the heck do I group all these connections together? How do I manage what I'm doing? Well, you group, as I said before, you group your connections, for example, based on your search parameters or whatever you feel comfortable with. And to help you, if this part of the process is a problem, they've created another PDF for you called CRM Options, Customer Relationship Management Options. So if you've never ever used any tools to organize your leads or your existing customers, please don't freak out. I mean, you've got lots of mates there. A lot of people haven't done that either. But it's essential that you use something as you'll be building lots of lead potentials, and you don't want to waste the opportunity, right? Now, there's lots of easy ways to do this. You can use, say, an Excel spreadsheet or Google Sheets or software or cloud-based methods. I mean, whatever you feel comfortable with. Just read through that simple little document, the PDF there, look at the links in there, and then take your pick. I mean, for example, you could use something like Salesforce. Right? That's a paid option. I think there's a free entry point, but there's a paid option. Or Nimble or Smartsheet. That's for free Excel spreadsheet templates. Okay. But if you're not sure, please check out all the links I've provided to you in the PDF. The key is to leverage. You either leverage technology like some cloud-based CRM system or a simple spreadsheet or whatever you want, or you leverage people. In other words, you get people to do some of these processes for you. Maybe get a virtual assistant to do all of it for you. You see, over time, you'll need to leverage because you'll have way too many leads to do it all yourself. Up until now, maybe you've been battling to get lots of qualified leads, right? Well, if you follow this process I'm sharing with you, you'll have lots of leads, but you need some sort of management in place to make sure you don't waste the opportunity. I mean, the idea is really very simple. Don't make it complicated. Every day, as part of your 60-minute session on LinkedIn, right? Because that's all I want you there for, 60 minutes, because you've got a business to run, right? Every day, as part of that 60-minute session, you want to be sending out outbound, one-on-one focused content messages to your existing connections, okay? And of course, replying to any engagement you get from that. That's in addition to replying to any initial engagement you got from new connections, right? Just make sure you allocate part of that 60 minutes to where you are sending out information via messages and new content you've got to all your connections at least once a month. In other words, stay in front of your leads with your one-on-one personalized and conversational messages. Stay on their radar and your lead potential will explode over time, and you haven't spent a single dime on advertising, right? Okay, see you in the next video.